Beautiful soul, we are back here, and I might need to wear my glasses today, so I'm just going to put them on. There is a second part to this discussion. So these new cards are a little bit hard for me to read, the little insignias, and I might be reading you the small quotes at the bottom. I'm going to show you a sample. There's like small little quotes and I can't see them, so all of this stuff. Welcome back to the channel. In our second video, we're going to do a lot of bonuses this week. We're going to have a bevy of bonuses where we discover new things. You know, we're going to go through the past with all of you. We're going to see what we can improve in the new year too. And we're going to get started with our new deck. What's on the split? Let's just check it. It has been blessed today. We have the Sun in reverse, which can sometimes mean that we're tired. There's fatigue in the air. If you actually read the card upright, it's the happiest card in the deck. This can sometimes speak of exhaustion or things not being clearly seen, almost like the moon's position. So we're going to keep it like that, okay, on the split. And we also have a Knight of Swords charging in. Sometimes they come in with passion. It's also known as a direct card and impulsiveness. Knight of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. As you know, it's a swords card. Okay, so we look forward to what's in the past here. Let's see what happened before we get into new love and intentions coming up. In our bonus, we stretch the first reading out. We look at the possible cards that we could have missed or that didn't come out on the shuffle. So let's begin. Welcome back, beautiful Libras. Thank you for joining me for this New Year's Day reading. Alrighty, so let's see what happened here in the past. Can I see a couple of past energies of the past? Thank you. The Four of Wands. In the past, it's saying that you were involved in some type of commitment. This can speak of celebrations, which are like Christmas, gatherings, which are recent. Also, maybe even here other friendships and relationships, mom and dad, children in your family. Overall, it's a joy card and it speaks of celebrations. So let's read the quote on the Four of Wands. Be ready for every opportunity you have worked for. Bringing it all together, right? House, family, and home can also be the Four of Wands, commonly with those associations. We see in the past you had Four of Wands moments as we asked for it. So let's actually peel this away. I think that you were extremely happy here, having joyous moments, speaking to people after maybe a long time. For some of you that were going through an awakening during this time, these conversations were rich with information. You were able to show your healed self in these conversations, even reacquainting yourself with friends. Okay, we always check the bottom of the deck. Three of Cups actively. I think this is this week. And the Two of Cups shuffling again. You guys will see this bright, beautiful card coming up too. Sincerely, I think this is one of your energies this week of partnership. I also feel here your energy is sought after as a Libran. Everything that you're absolutely good at, which is sensitivity, equal level balance, diplomacy, being fair, being witty, having the gift of gab. These are all things that you're going to see come back to you. And I know you're the funniest of all your friends. You probably have the most wittiest response to things. So Two of Cups and Three of Cups, the most like, for me, I think that social events are over. I mean, we are coming to the conclusions of that. But also, Libra, as you watch today, these are the most social cards that try to bring this out of somebody in the 3D, which is our waking life. Some of you are, I feel here too, you're feeling out your gifts, your intuitive gifts, and you might even be willing to share them. If you're a tarot reader here, and let's say you read cards for fun, you don't maybe even show this to a lot of people, or you read oracle cards, you're very good at just being an energy reader. I think that this is the time to share the gifts that you have, especially if they're heightened intuition and they're intuitive. Okay, it's a good time to share your gifts. In the past, we had a lot of this Four of Wands. So I also asked what else you had in the past, and you had another major arcana. You had Judgment. So this was picked up on our readings last week of making a decision. You probably already have made that decision. And since there's many Libras that pertain to this channel or, you know, come here every day for some level of guidance, there was a decision that I feel could have torn you two ways. You could have had a torn feeling. We're also going to look at that Judgment card. Ace of Cups too. In the recent past, half of you on the channel learned of somebody new who was in your space who had interest for you. what rounds that out is the Strength card, and I'm going to leave it on the table. Okay, so these will become my future clarifiers. Let's use this as a detail deck. We're going to begin with the Baroque again. I'm just going to give it a quick shuffle from your last reading so we get fair energy. What's strength here? That's a message for somebody. What's strength in the current energy? The Two of Cups is also at the bottom of the deck of this one. I don't know if you guys can see it through my hand there. King of Pentacles upright, the Queen of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles returns. This King of Pentacles coming out in your read is a sufficient person that is going to be coming in to aid you. I feel like many of you have met this person at work. If you definitely have a new love circumstance, you met them through running into them. That's another thing I get. And a place that you go to regularly, like the gym, like gassing up, like doing regular things. So this is a person that you came into in just your natural environment, possibly after a big healing journey that you went through. Queen of Wands can be somebody in the environment who's a sister, a helping hand, a feminine, maybe even a divine feminine around you. The Queen of Wands just comes in as fire. For some reason today, and I do feel like you are attractive, Libras, I feel like you're absolutely beautiful at this time. This Queen of Wands comes in as an outside Queen of Wands for me, intuitively reading today. Okay, I feel like these are two different people in your story and in your journey thus far. Excuse me. Okay, so in the current, you have an Ace of Pentacles, which is the offering that comes from your strength or their strength. I do see here that somebody has a stable-minded approach to you. It's not dreamy. It's not living in this fantasy time. The King of Pentacles is very logical as he maintains his throne. He takes care of pentacles. He takes care of work. Some of these King of Pentacles can be fathers as well. It's not limited to the Emperor. And so this person is coming in with responsibility, okay? Can I see their relationship to the Ace of this card here, the Ace of Pentacles, in our discussion? Intentions are the Six of Cups. We have a past person that comes into your reading, even the last couple days. So we have a Knight of Cups coming back out. That was very, very live, and you have that same card, that same resonance of romance. This Knight of Cups is actively coming in as somebody who's going to charm you. It's a charming card at the end of the day. It's lovable, it's loving, and it has charisma to it. There is one kind of knight that can bring this cup forward to an empress or a type of queen with feeling. They have an action to perform. And so most of the knights come in fast, like the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords, which you got in the beginning. But we see here that this person is going to deliver it via love. Why? Too, we want to ask why. What's the why in this situation? We will go forward and talk about the Six of Cups at the very end. So I save all those cards off to the side. What's the Knight of Cups, please? Thank you. Only two. You have the Seven as its clarifier and the High Priestess. Somebody knows that you are extra gifted, and I think that's why this channel came in about you being confident in your gifts. Realizing that your intuition has grown so much this last year that you must treat it as a gift, basically. Treating it as a gift is different from utilizing it in the 3D. Some of you are very, very careful where your gifts are seen. I'm the same way as a reader. I am very, very careful. Even when I pull a card, I have to have the first feeling to tell you, of course. It's very important that you go with the gut instinct of what a message is sending you, what guidance is sending you. And I think that you're very careful in that High Priestess. I think this is Libra collective today with Pisces, okay? Also, you might be looking at more worldly views these days. You might be more in tune with your TV, responding to worldly events, as what just happened in Japan. I think you're very connected to those things on a soul level, okay? Just to add, and I really do feel like you're there as a person. The Knight of Cups, let's continue to clarify it. You could be the Queen of Wands. You could be, but I also feel like that's a sister or a feminine around you that influences your spiritual growth. Or they could just be a best friend here, that Queen of Wands. But it could mean something alternatively to you. I don't want to say it's the other woman in this case, but there's somebody influencing who's a female. Seven of Cups. You came from a time of choosing, variety, lots of choice, and this Seven of Cups you might see return this week. What does the Knight of Cups want to do? You only get one card today. Only one card from Spirit. It is the Three of Cups, and your angels, of course. Before every reading on Libra Light, I do a small prayer. Before going into even personals, when personals were active, I always say a prayer before I do somebody's read. I light a candle, and I make sure that the cards speak intuitively through me. And today, this person wants to unite. They do want to see you again if this is from New Year's. If this is also a new love case and you've just met them, this person loves seeing you in the physical state, your human state, okay? They find it very beautiful. They also feel like being in your energy, it also brings something out in them, is what I'm getting. This person might really like the way that you smell as well, like your overall scent or the musk that you carry. It's very romantic today in your reading. Your musk. So let's go with that Three of Cups, please. What do they want to talk about in conversation? Ace of Swords to the Seven of Wands. That they could possibly be guarded by a past person. They have their issues with a past person. That's the Seven of Wands. Ultra guarded towards certain responsibilities too. They might not be stating everything right away to scare you off, is what I pick up. Generally a very high interest, and the cards that tell me so, I'm just going to show you. These are the high interest cards for you. I also think that you're going to be coming across a person who's rather intuitive too, okay? That can maybe even raise your gifts that you already have. Raise them to a new par. Make you think differently from before. This will enhance your January because it kind of gives you a challenge with these communications. Three of Cups, really strong today, okay? If you feel more spiritual than usual too, Libras, it's because all of this is coming out after all of those tests have been happened. I think that now Spirit wants you to put it to the test in the 3D world by connections via talking to people, okay? And it doesn't matter what age they are. Strike up a conversation with whomever you feel needs your intuitive tellings or your gifts. They do want to talk to you about an Ace of Swords. This is ultimate truth. It's a breakthrough. That's what the card means. So I think that there's other things this person is waiting to tell you. And can I get any more energy on that? The Lover's card. True, intentful, maybe even here sensual feelings. The Lover's card can be read as a sensual card. And it's also about coming together as a union. They might feel very spiritual towards you. They might feel a connection where you could feel that there's a past life scenario, or this person could feel twinning with you at times. Mind you, I didn't say twin flame, just twinning. The Lover's card is its clarifier. Let's look at this past person who still has interest in your reading, the Six of Cups. That's a beautiful one. It's a bit dark because we don't know the outcome of the Six of Cups, whether they have a reconciliation, whether they stay friends, whether they perform even getting to talk and being kosher, right? It's a word of kosher today in your reading. This Seven of Wands bothers me. Seven of Wands tends to bother me a bit, Libras, because I think the guarded energy can be from you or them, if that makes sense. I feel like you could be a little bit guarded about certain informations, and they are too. I'm picking up that maybe some of them are parents as well. You could be dating someone who has a kid. What's the Six of Cups? The King of Wands. I knew it. Check this out. I told you guys in the first video, I felt he was going to come out today. I don't know why I get certain nudges, call them intuitive nudges or downloads, but he came out on the shuffle here. There's a King of Wands in your past that has a lot of sexual attraction toward you, and they feel, what I'm getting from the card is it's time to show you how they feel, or maybe even the truth. That's for very, very little of you, okay? About that King of Wands. They're coming back with a lot of fire, a lot of passion, because at the end of the day, that's the card's breakdown in its technical form. Why is it the King of Wands then? That's what I'm confused about. Sad about an ending? There you go. There's the World. I think you know what that's about, Libra. This person's just coming back around. I feel like it's the residue of retrograde. Usually there's like a little shadow too, 48 hours after retrograde ends, which it was the 30th. So manifesting you behind closed doors. There's a past person, and I know many of you don't want to hear this, but it's the truth of the matter in this reading is the Six of Cups comes out and kind of brings out this King of Wands for a reason. So you see that they're there. So you see that they're indeed there. And even though you want to take out the trash already, if you know what I'm saying. So the King of Wands is here. Many of you will resonate with that because a past person hasn't left you alone. So if they have, congratulations. A lot of us are not all there yet, but it's coming. They will eventually leave you alone after this new soulmate or lover's energy exits. Okay, and you also have the card here today. Let's see what's popping out here. There's two. We have the Queen of Swords again and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, let's check the bottom. The Fool card is here with new proposals, new things that we can go discover. Some of you might pick up a new hobby of interest. You might want to go into esoterics deeper. There is a podcast that I watch now, we'll link it down below today, about people who channel information. I'd like you to watch that video if you have time or if it interests you. It will probably help if you've gotten to that stage in your awakening process. It might help a few glances looking back. Maybe you've already gone through that as well. So they bring up good points, and I'll put the podcast below this video. The Fool card. The Fool card, you have a couple swords, Ace of Swords, the Seven of Swords. Ooh, I want to look at this Seven of Swords in the pile. That's like active energy right now going on in Libra collective. So the Wheel of Fortune is bringing in destiny. Okay, it will take time. It's not going to happen overnight. You will not get this notebook love story overnight. That's not the reality of things, but we can actually see the energy moving ahead with the Three of Cups. That means you're more connected, more talkative at this time. And you closed it out with someone, so there's other proofs here as well. In the bonus, what is this Seven of Swords, please? It can be depicted as lies, deceit, and someone strategizing in the moment. The Death card. Someone's sorry that you ended things and you closed it out with a bang. Okay? Scorpio. I do think that there's strategies to even come back too, so just watch out for a little bit of that residual energy that I spoke of. It's like this King of Wands is not done yet. That's what I'm getting. And you can see that they give you the energy of what's happening today. Okay? Presented here in maybe a closing out that you did with the Death card. It's a personal decision that you made. And for some of you, it's been long over. It's been done for about 3-4 months or 5 months. So you're moving on to a new level of communication. And I feel like you're meant to share that. And I end this reading here. Let me know if it was aiding you today or helpful. Some of the descriptions of these cards are also just very helpful to hear so you can make better decisions. Again, you have free will and you guys are amazing with that. You always choose the high ground for yourselves. Thank you for joining me for topic 1 and 2. And I hope you have a beautiful day with a lot of laughter, a lot of home-cooked meals with your family. And I hope some of this helped you today. I want to thank you for your time and goodbye at this juncture, Libra. I will be back with the fire signs in the afternoon.